All right, superb. So we are live here. Hi everyone, we have today with us Darshan. Darshan have agreed to come online once or twice a week. So depending upon Darshan's availability and everybody of you who want him to see him, first of all, that is more important. So today's agenda is purely about the GDPI. So Darshan have converted I'm Calcutta. According to me, I'm Calcutta is सबसे घटिया GDPI to convert. Yeah. So if so, guys, please focus on GDPI skills. Any question? So Darshan, please start about your background, where you are from, and how you left your job. So we want to know. So no talking, no question about CAT CET. Pure question about how you prepare for the interview skills and all. That is going to be main agenda for the day.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yeah, please start.
Okay. So starting with my background, I'm a mechanical engineer from MIT Pune, and I have worked in a production department in Kirloskar for around 12 months. Yeah, and to mention, my aggregate score was 61% during my graduation, and my 10th and 12th are 10 CGPA and 79% respectively, 80% respectively. Yeah. Hello, sir. The internet connection seems unstable, I guess.
That's okay. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Sir, are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yes, let's go. Okay, so that's basic. That's basically my background. Yeah.
Okay, great. And so we have the first question coming up. Were you nervous during the interview?
Yes, everyone is nervous during the interview because you don't know what questions you're going to face because there's a vast array of questions. So yeah, I was nervous, and it's okay to be nervous. There's no harm in that. It's okay to be nervous. It's what is important is how you conquer that nervousness. That's it. Just keep your calm, keep breathing, drink water before you go to the interview, and pee before you go to interview. That's it.
Okay, great. So drink tea and water, guys. That's a key to survive the interview. So we will ask about your phase when you left your job, right? You left your job in August, right?
Yes.
You left your job in August. I'm sorry, yaar. I'm taking so many interviews. I forget kiska kya profile tha. I'm so sorry. So,
My
mind is totally khali now. I will forget everything. Kisne kya kiya tha. So yes, I remember your case. So Darshan started his preparation from August 15th. Yeah. So Darshan, now we'll talk about you being from a very small town. Now I've been accused by some of the people why you are against, why you're biased towards small town people. I'm not biased. I'm trying to motivate everyone कि यार अगर वो कर सकता है तो बाकी भी कर सकते हैं. So you are from Chandrapur, right?
Yes.
Chandrapur.
Yes. It's a city near Nagpur. Yeah, I'm from Chandrapur.
Yeah, it's a very small city near Nagpur, city or town, जो आपको बोलना बोल सकते हो. So, did you felt anything like any kind of a bias कि नहीं Bombay, Pune, Delhi वाले बच्चे are more stronger, more intelligent, more smarter? आपको कभी लगा ऐसा कि that there is some kind of a gap?
Initially yes, being from small town एक inferiority complex होता है mostly, but एक positive side उसका ये है कि हम लोग में ज़्यादा zeal होता है conquer करने का, मतलब एक ऐसा mindset होता है. Okay, I'll switch to English. Last time किसने बोला था कि like
yes.
we should speak English. Yeah. So I'll continue in English. So being from a small town, yeah, I had that inferiority complex in me, but I did my graduation from Pune. So all those 4 years, I was involved in various activities in my college. Okay. So during that time, I overcome that inferiority complex, whether it is English, whether it is presenting yourself properly, whether it is going on stage and talking, whether it is talking to strangers, whatever it is. So during those 4 years, I used up my, like Pune is a really big city and people from various places come over there to study. So I interacted with as many people as I could, and yeah, that basically helped me overcome that inferiority, that small town inferiority complex. And I was mentioning one thing about that small, like one good thing about small towns, and that is the zeal. Okay, you have this pre mindset in your preset in your mind that the people from Delhi, Bombay, or big cities, they already have this kind of exposure to all this stuff, and we don't have. So what we try to, being the small towns, what we try to do is we put in extra efforts. Okay, I know hundreds of people from small town who have done this. We put in extra efforts to overcome that inferiority complex, and that in some cases puts us in fact ahead of them. like the people from big cities, they already are aware of this and they don't put in extra efforts because they don't need to. They're already that good. But we put in extra efforts, and those extra efforts actually sometimes take us ahead of them. Yeah.
Right. Superb. Superb.
That's it from me on that small town thing.
Great. So now we'll come up to the main question. What you did to overcome your what extra preparation you did for your interview skills and all?
Yes. Yes.
So you started
Interview
after you
skills.
started. I'm sorry. You started after the CAT exam was over, or you started putting efforts during the CAT exam only? What was your strategy?
Reading and stuff and getting knowledge was the thing that I started during my CAT exam, because current affairs and general knowledge is a huge part of your interviews. Like they can ask you and you need to be aware of what is going around you, right? So reading newspapers, staying away with the staying well versed with the news, current affairs, GK was a primary motive, and I started reading, doing all this during my CAT. But focusing purely on the interview part, I did it after CAT exam. I gave CAT, I gave IFT on 2nd December, and after giving IFT, I focused solely on my interview and GD skills. I primarily for interview I started preparing after IFT, after CAT basically. But reading newspapers and staying well versed with the current affairs, I started it during the CAT exam only.
Okay. Okay. Great. So achievements other than academic record. Jitendra Kumar have a question here. Achievements other than academic records.
Yes. Fortunately, I have a lot to speak about that part. Since my academic was not so good and I couldn't justify to that limit, I have other activities which I could, grab on. So during my school, I was in school cabinet. For 3 years, I was science secretary, arts and culture secretary. I was a head boy. I was a cultural champion in my 10th grade, in my 10th standard. Okay, I did various science exhibitions during my school. I participated in various debate competitions during my school. So that was the basis. That was the base on which I built up. Then during 11th and 12th, during my 11th, 12th, I apart from preparing for different exams, I was also involved in event management firms. I was 16 at that time, but even being 16 at that time, I was a lead organizer of a career management, like career guidance program was arranged by a local politician over here, local MLA over here, and I was the lead organizer in that part. I was part of a event management firm called Spectrum of Arts, and with them I worked. And at the age of 16, I was a lead organizer in that part. So that was something which I could broadcast as a big achievement for myself. And after that, during my college, I was part of college technical team. Technical team, as in we built cars and races. Many of the mechanical engineers here would be aware of Baha and Supra competitions, right? Where students of the engineering college build vehicles, and then they race. So I was part of my college Baha team for 4 years, and during that also we did various events apart from Baha. We did a few talk shows. We did workshops for automobile enthusiasts and all. So all these achievements. Because of all these achievements, I was able to grab on the opportunities and do well in the interviews.
Okay, great. So, did you find event organizers and interns? Where did you find the event organizers and internships? So through your personal contacts?
Yes, through my personal. That's basically. I have a story to tell about this. Am I allowed to?
Yes,
it's a really
please,
good
please.
story. Like from in 2000, just a minute, 2013. In 2013 I was in 11th. In 2013, and there was a there's a local MLA, and he does all this career guidance workshops for youth. So I, being the participant, I got the news from my friend and I went over there. It was a 2-day workshop, and it was organized by a firm called Spectrum of Arts. They are an event management company. So over there I saw most of the people working over there were of my age. Okay, 17, 18, 19. They were pretty young. And I saw a few of the people doing over there. And I went to I got the contact of the manager over there, that Manusha ma'am. I went to her and told her, ma'am, the students are working for you. She said, yes. I said, ma'am, I want to do the same. She said, how confident are you? I said, ma'am, I'm confident. She handed over me the mic. She said, tomorrow we have a small session of half an hour, a quiz competition, and you have to host that competition. She was bluffing with me basically, but I accepted it. I said, okay. And I remember that on 27th March, it was first day. I went as a participant, and 28th March, I was hosting the quiz competition over there. she said okay, and after that within a month there was this program, this career guidance program. So I was a lead organizer in that. So yeah, if you are interested in the stuff that it not necessarily should go for event management or some kind of thing, but if you are interested in all this stuff, then look for opportunities. Don't just stay. You have Google, you have your personal contacts to answer the question specifically. Yes, I got this opportunity through my personal contacts, or basically it wasn't even my personal contact. I went over there, asked, she said okay, do it, and yeah. So you need to be a little fortunate about it, little lucky about it, and the 99% part in it is your efforts. Just keep on searching for the things that you like, and keep on doing it. Yeah.
Superb, superb. So we have the next question. I forget about whom. Yes, Sakshi, have a gap of 1 year without any work ex. Will that matter in the interview?
Somehow, if it's a it will matter, but it didn't matter to me because see, if you'll see the timeline, I graduated in May 2018. I started working in August 2018. I left my job in August 2019, and since then I'm unemployed. So it's not you say it's cumulatively it's a gap of 1 year, but that gap is in pieces. So that I could justify, and to again justify more on that, after leaving my job, I prepared for CAT, and after CAT, I was involved. I mentioned it in last interview. I was involved in a lot of freelancing work. I am a content writer, so I write for I write blogs, articles. I write for other websites as well, and I also do CAD and CA jobs. So that way, I justified. I used my time. I didn't stay idle. I used my time, and I used that time to develop some skill in me, or I used that time productively. If you have a gap year, that's fine, but you need to justify what you did in that gap year. If you were not working, that's okay. If you were not studying, that's okay. Have you worked on any skill? Fine, they will take it. If you genuinely worked on any skill, they will ask you questions on that, and that will again work in your favor. So yeah, that's about it. Yes.
Okay, great.
So it's justifiable.
Great. Can you talk about your IIM Calcutta experience? Anything big happened? Anything stupid happened? For example, I interviewed one guy in IIM Ahmedabad interview. He was told to sing to sing national anthem. So that guy was supposed to sing national anthem. Any kind of that thing happened in the IIM Calcutta interview?
Nothing of this sort, but yeah, the interview was a roller coaster ride. Initially, I was the last in my panel, okay, and my panel, they took around 20 to 25 minutes per candidate, okay, and a few of the candidates before me, they told me that no man, they're grilling, and some of them are like it's super chill. So it was a mixed feedback from the interview panel. So I was the last one in the panel, okay, and actually I was second last. But the girl before me was, she was a girl. Yeah, the person before me was a girl. So the ma'am from the interview panel, she came out and she said, Darshan will keep you last. And, the ladies are always first. I'm like, yeah, I'm a firm believer. And she went in. So I went in last. After that, we went in and it actually worked for me. They told me that, Darshan, since we made you wait so long, we'll let you choose what you want to, we'll let you choose the questions for yourself. And I was like, yeah, this is the great this opportunity for me. So every one of us, we before going to interview, prepare on a strong points, whether it's your work experience, whether it's your academics, whether it's your favorite subjects, whether it's your hobby. We prepare on our strong points, right? So be very prepared, very well prepared, and be strong on that part of your personality, right? So even if they ask you something that is not from your field, you may lose marks over there. But if you are given a chance to choose your own questions, then yes, you have nailed the interview. So I was lucky for that first part of the interview. They told me that choose questions for yourself. Then I narrated a few incidents. I talked about my work experience. I talked about how I can I worked in oil and gas sector of my company. So we CNG compressor packages, CNG compressor unit of Kirloskar. So I talked about Calcutta. Like Calcutta doesn't have CNG buses, CNG grids in Calcutta. So I said, yeah, we have a opportunity to expand over there and something like that. So I did my research and I explained to them. They were pretty impressed on that. I talked upon Baha, my the extracurricular activity that I did during my graduation. I talked upon it. I told them what awards I won and all. So it was good. And midway through the interview, they gave me some guesstimates. Yeah, be prepared for guesstimates. We'll talk on this further. They asked me about, gave me some guesstimates, and they asked me about famous things from my city. My city being a small city, it is famous for few things. We have a thermal power station over here, and I was asked about it in detail, even though I had nothing to do with the thermal power station. But I need to know about it since that question can come into my interview. So yeah, it was pretty, it was not a grilling interview. It was not chill interview. It was to the point. It was somewhere in the middle. So yeah.
Great. So it was not like a stress interview, very, very stress interview, वैसा नहीं था. Okay, great. So we have a next question coming up. Any courses you did during your gap year? Any courses or any kind of a certification you did apart from you working as a freelancer?
Right now I'm doing after
Okay, after
right now as
converting.
in no, after converting I did it before converting, like I started doing courses a few days before lockdown. I got to know about Google Digital's digital marketing course. Even though they are basic, that basic even though they're basic courses, they give you idea about the field. I didn't know anything about digital marketing. Few of my friends are working in digital marketing, and they suggested me that it's a free course, just try it. So I went for it. It's a good course. Then I did some supply chain management courses which are available online. Right now I'm doing a consulting course provided by BCG on BCG, and and a finance course provided by IIM Banglore. It's yet to start. It is about to start, but I'm prepared for it. So yeah,
Okay.
if you have free time in your hand, then get some skills and learn something about the stuff that you are going to do, right? So I would say before giving CAT, focus majorly on CAT. If you have time, if you are confident enough, you can involve yourself in other activities. But I would suggest do all these activities after CAT. So that would help you more and let
So
you focus
if
on
the
CAT.
student have taken a gap, so we have a question coming up from Sakshi here again. So she is asking the same thing, whether they can do the same courses now. I think yes, they can do it now. But time hai, so they can use the timing.
Yes, perfectly. Yes, you can. There's no
Hmm.
like you unless you have something other important stuff to do, you can. Yes, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, great. All right. So next question which is coming up is academic. If the student have a low academic record, will that
Mhm.
will they question on that in the interview?
Yes. I was asked about it in few of the interviews. I was asked about it in CAP and in Lucknow as well. Okay. So yes, but you need to justify it. First of all, accept the fact that you have done poorly, and there's no excuse. No, sir, I was involved in this other activity. That's why my focus was over here. So that's fine. If you have a poor academic record, accept the fact. Yes, this is one thing that is going to pull me down. But now what you need to do is fill that gap. There's a gap in your resume. You have you're basically selling your personality. So in that personality, there's a gap. Okay, this poor academic record. So what you need to do is you need to fill that gap with other stuff. Okay, don't argue with them. Ki, no, sir, it is fine. Okay, I believe in practical studies and theoretical. That's why I didn't score that 3 idiots world dialogue and all. So don't basically go in that stream. Accept the fact. Yes, you did bad. How I overcame was in the few of the even while securing the job, I was asked this interview. So like previously before CAT, when I interviewed for Kirloskar, I was asked the same question. So I was like, yes, sir. I did bad because I tried doing multiple things at a time. I was involved in this extracurricular activity. I did this, I did that, and because of that, I neglected my studies. Okay, but just don't accept the fact. Give them something that tells them, okay, you didn't waste the time. Okay, even though you scored less, you didn't waste the time. Tell them you acquired this skill, you did this. Like I majorly focused on my extracurricular activities. That while doing this, we went to US. My team, we went to USA and we secured sixth position overall in the year 2019, and in the 2018 when I was a part of the team, we were 10th overall. We beat top teams of Germany, Brazil, Venezuela, and USA itself. Top teams of USA and top world teams. So that is something that was good in my resume. So I highlighted that part of me. Said, okay, sir, I suffered over here, and I gave them the genuine reason. Okay, but at the same time, I also focused on this. Few of the subjects in my curriculum were some subjects which I needed to use in my while making the car. As I said, I was a part of technical team, so we made a car, designed a car, and manufactured a car. So some part of my studies were involved over there. So I told them, sir, these subjects I've done really well in this subject because they were part of my my interest. They were of my interest. They were useful to me somewhere practically. So I did pretty well in those. So that is how I filled that gap. But don't try to justify it by giving some philosophical quote. Accept the fact and tell them what else do you have to offer. That's it.
Okay, great. So we have a question coming up here. Which all calls you had? Even I forget that part. Which calls you've got? I think I'm from
Except for Ahmedabad and
AB.
Bangalore, I have calls.
AB छोड़ के सारा, so
Hello.
89 calls.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Except for A and B, I have all the IIM calls, and apart from that, I have call from FMS, NITI, and TIS.
Other exams, non-CAT आपने apply किया था. ठीक है. Great. All right. So
Yes.
moving to the guys, we're not taking up any question regarding CAT preparation because we already have done one interview with him earlier about the CAT preparation. So today's main agenda is talking about the GDP skills. Fortunately, sir have agreed to come. Sir, अभी भैया भी तुम्हारा I am convert हो गया, अभी sir बोलना पड़ेगा.
नहीं, no sir, please don't.
So he have converted now I am Calcutta, so he have agreed to come online very often. So twice a week at least he'll come online and talk about everything. So all your questions will answer one by one. So if you can talk about your VAT topic during I am Calcutta or I am Lucknow, any of the interviews, and was there any topic which you have no idea what to talk about or anything? Because I am Lucknow, I remember normally ask questions which are normally ajeeb se. So any experience you have that kind of a thing?
Yes. In fact, I would speak on the Calcutta's interview as well. For now, my interview was online. It was during lockdown, so they scrapped the VAT entirely. So I didn't have to appear for VAT in Lucknow. But for Calcutta, I appeared for VAT, and the topic was reskilling and upskilling. Okay. So and the time was, I guess, 25 minutes. We had 25 minutes in our hand, 25 to 30. I don't remember the exact time because different VAT they have different times. So on an average, 25 to 30 minutes. Okay. So reskilling and upskilling, since it was mentioned over there, the topic was reskilling and upskilling, and it's important in today's world. So I was like, I don't know anything about it, so what I need to do is play with the words over here. No, you can't write bullshit over there, you have to write something. I knew this, but since I don't know anything about it, in this case, some bullshit with some logical information is accepted. So I spent first 5 to 10 minutes in constructing. First of all, for that I have a preset construction that how I will write, how I'm going to change, some changes depending upon topic to topic, but there's a general construction of all the essays. Since I write, it was my, I'm a writer, okay, I'm a content writer. So since I write, I knew basic writing tricks and how the flow is established in a essay or a article. So yeah, that helped me. So there's a basic structure. I tried putting this topic into that structure and started playing with the words upskilling and reskilling. Upskilling and reskilling, now I know what it is. Basically, I searched on it later on. But at that time, how I dealt with it was reskilling is basically, I interpreted this as reskilling is developing the current conventional skills. Right, since we are moving towards a progressive world, we need improvements in every sector. So whether there's a workman on the shop floor or a guy or a manager sitting in a who's managing it, we need skills to get improved to meet new challenges. Okay, you need to deliver fast. You need to produce products with higher efficiency. So for that, you need reskilling. So that is basically how I interpreted the words. And upskilling is again the same thing. Okay, so I played around these words. I gave some examples related to industry so that the reader, whoever is reading, even though they know I don't know about the topic, I put in some value points in it which are related to it. Right. So this is how I dealt with. And even though you get any topic, okay, just in the worst case where you don't know the meaning of the words, for example, reskilling and upskilling, you can know the meaning, like you can guess the meaning. But if there are words which you can't contemplate, then what you need to do is either you can ask them. Okay, that's the best thing you can do, because you can't do anything over there. If you are going to continue like this, you're going to write bullshit over there. So ask them. Go. If they tell you, well and good. If not, then you can't do anything. But if they tell you, that's fine. So if you don't know the meaning of the topic, then interpret it in your way. Put valuable points, put valuable examples from current affairs, any important event, anything from that. So I put in some points from economy, I put in some points from globalization point of view and something like that. So yeah, that is tricky in that part. But one trick for that is keep on reading more. The more you keep on reading, the more I actually started reading Guru Chandas. It was suggested by you, sir. I saw your video where you said like for preparing VAT, please read this book, Guru Chandas. So I read few pages. Yeah, so I read that book. I started reading that book. I still didn't complete it. So before my Calcutta interview, started reading that book. So in a way that helped me too. Yes. So keep reading more to get well versed with the topics. That's it.
Yeah, so guys, the book is called India Unbound by Guru Charan Das. Yes. That book contains the full India story for the last 200 years. That's a beautiful book you can read. In fact, it's a must read. You don't need to read now. You can start after the CAT exam also. So that's a must read. पूरा आपको idea आ जाएगा Indian economy के बारे में. Yes. Okay, so just write in comment. They take it later. Okay, or how content writing helps you in the MBA journey.
Yeah, it does. Any skill. Like I was expecting this question because a lot of my friends who are preparing this year, they have asked me, how content writing help you. It depends how you put it. If you say I play a guitar, okay, uh, basically it doesn't have, playing guitar doesn't have to do have to help you in MBA. Like where are you going to go in front of the client and play guitar and the client is going to agree? But it all depends upon how you put it. Okay. If they ask, fortunately none of them asked me this, how it helps in MBA journey. But if you have asked me, if you are my interviewer, I would answer it in this way that uh, content writing has helped me, has made me research a lot. Okay, I read a lot of blogs, I read a lot of editorials. So that made that made me, what you say, that gave me an eye for detail. Okay, there's a term called eye for detail. That gave me an eye for detail. So while reading a blog, I need to take out the important points of it, what the essay is trying to tell me, as fast as possible. That gave me an eye for details. So while working in MBA, if I'm given a tender, basically, if there's a tender, requisite to be put, I can, run through that document fast, because the tender document are really thick, really big. So you need to read it and get understand it as soon as possible. So if I am to answer this, content writing give me an eye for detail, which will help me go through. If there's a case where I have to make a conclusion on document like tender documents, it will help me go through document fast and get the important gist of the document as fast as possible, and help me further in that. So that is how. So no skill is useless. Every skill can help you over there. If you are to mention guitar as well, tell them, yeah, I learned guitar in this many months, and that proves that I can. This is an example. You don't necessarily have to do this. So I learned to play guitar in 3 months, which takes a year for people. So that tells about me that I'm a fast learner, something like that. So yes, content writing helps. It definitely helps. Okay, content writing in MBA actually helps. There's a field, bigger field called content marketing. It's a part of digital marketing, and I got to know about it as well. So if I am to pursue my career in marketing further, so content writing will definitely help me.
Okay, great. So we have a very good question coming up here. Which three things which you think helped you convert the IIM Calcutta interview? Three things, three qualities or three strengths. Yeah, तुम्हारा interview हो गया ये तो. It's normally coming up like an interview only. Tell something about yourself. Three things which you think helped you convert. I think content writing is one of them. You always have talked about that.
Yes. Unfortunately, in Calcutta interview, content writing was mentioned for a really short time, so it didn't help me at all to convert it. It was just like, "Aap karte kya ho free time mein? What do you do after leaving your job?" So I was like, "Yeah, I write content. That's it." But apart from that, I think my preparedness. They liked my preparedness. I'm a mechanical engineer. I have nothing to do with economics. Okay, but since I was in the technical team of my college. Okay, I will say it as I'm automobile team of my college. I was pretty well versed with the automobile industry, and I knew I had to study about it. So if you remember last year, there was a recession. There was a slowdown in automobile industry, especially. So they had to fire a lot of people. So somehow we came to this question, and I told them about this. So this particular question from automobile industry recession. So what is economics, and how will the supply chain get affected? They didn't use the word supply chain. They asked me a few questions, that if there's a recession, then there's there tier 1, tier 2 companies. If there's a company who sells directly to the customers, they're tier 1 companies. Then there are companies which sell to these companies. Okay, so there's this tier company. So he asked me, like, if there's a recession, then who will be affected most among this? So I gave them my perspective. I did a little research on economics and economic scenario, okay, of the country, and how the economics chain in the industry works, global industry works. So I had a little idea on that. So I answered this question. Towards the end of this question, one among the panelists, they asked me, like, Darshan, have you had any economic courses? I said, no, sir, I have not gone through a structured economic course, but I did some reading on online forums and online videos. So I think I don't know whether this worked in my favor or not, but since he asked this question, I think that worked in my favor. Like, being a mechanical engineering student, I was pretty prepared on this economics point of view. So I guess my preparedness helped me. So this one thing. Second is, okay, again on preparedness. Since they asked me, what were your stronger points? So, like, choose the questions for yourself. So mentioned my stronger points, that I was doing this during my graduation. This is my work ex. I did this things during my work ex. And few of the interviewees, they asked you about the business opportunities in their areas. During IIM Shillong's interview, they asked me that, okay, you work in this field. Are there opportunities for you to expand your company's business in northeastern region? And I had no answer for that because I haven't done any research on that. So that motivated me to do research for further interviews, and I did that research. So I can't mention three things. There might be many parts of me that they like, but my preparedness was, I think, which they like. So even if you don't know the answer, if you seem prepared to them, no, so they will appreciate that part of you, that you are prepared for the interview and you're prepared very well about it. So I think that helped me get through the interviews.
Okay, great, superb. All right. So, the activities which you've done in the school days, like any achievement of school days, are they counted? Well, did they ask you question? Any of the interviews, did they ask you the question about schooling?
They didn't specifically ask, but I tried to slip in some points
Some
over
point.
there. I actually, yeah. So actually, and it's a genuine story. I don't know how lucky I got in this regards. It's a genuine story. During my 10th standard, I participated in science exhibition competition, and I qualified for zonals for central zone. I was qualified for. Uh, uh, I represented my college into central zonal science exhibition competitions, and my project was inspired from a hotel system, an eco-friendly hotel. Okay, and fortunately my interview was scheduled in the Orchid Hotel Mumbai. Okay, so and my inspiration was that hotel, that Orchid Hotel Mumbai. So I slipped in this story in the middle. So like, I don't know how fortunate I am, and I told them. So they asked me a few questions on that. Okay, you made that project, how was it, what was the principles that you used, what were the principles that you used, how did you execute it, and all. So somehow I managed to slip it in. So that again all depends upon your presence of mind in the interview, how you can answer and how you can pull them in your area of expertise. Basically in the interview, the first and foremost thing is, even though you are nervous, everyone is nervous, as I mentioned earlier, but keep your calm. Okay, tell your mind it's nothing, it's just a formal talk, it's just a formal informal talk, and try bringing them into your area of expertise. Somehow I tried to slip it in. And during school, as I mentioned earlier, I was into school cabinet for 3 years. So I mentioned it in on my resume, but there were no questions on it. So I think they will stress more on your schooling part because that is of less significance. But if you find a way to split it in, that's good.
Okay, superb. So, if I start my GDPI preparation after the exam is over, after the CAT exam is over, can I still prepare enough? Is there enough time to prepare for the interviews?
Uh, Okay, I will give you a generalized answer. Generally, to this question, I answer depending upon the person who is asking. Okay, if you have a previous experience of debates, going on stage speaking, you're confident in speaking in front of people, then you won't feel any difficulty preparing for this. But if you are in general a shy person, or a person who, I won't say introvert, because introverts are pretty good communicators as well. But if you are someone who has not been in front of people that much, then it would be difficult for you. But I think it's enough time, because interviews start around in February. Okay, my first interview was IFT interview in January, 31st Jan. So I had around 2 months to prepare. I had entire December, I had entire January to prepare. And I think that is enough. If you get proper guidance, if you get proper guidance for that, then it helps. And moreover that, if to mention, to prepare for my interviews, I referred Cetking's videos online. Yeah, the generic questions that tell me about yourself, why MBA, they seem to be really, dumb questions, because they are repeated questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Those are few questions that you get asked in job interviews and all. They're really dumb questions, they're repeated generic questions, but the motive behind that questions is different. So following Cetking's videos also helped me prepare for my interviews really well. So if I am going to speak more on this, how to prepare for interview, I'm going to give you some references from those videos itself, because my basis of preparing for VAT and GDPI was from those interviews, from those videos only. So yeah, 2 months to prepare for VAT is enough. After you give CAT, it's enough. But you need to be consistent. Yeah, if you use those 2 months properly, it's enough.
Okay, great. Now, I have one question here. You joined our program in August once you left your job, or you started early on? मतलब पहले buy कर लिया था, but like there are two things normally I say. One, there's a joining date, and one when you start preparing. So you start, but August 15 was your date when you actually opened up the book for the first time. You bought the package, or you earlier have purchased and then started studying from August 15.
I bought the package before 15th August. After leaving, I basically bought the package after leaving the job. Okay, so I had first of all, I was really overconfident that I will crack it at a point of time when I started preparing. Okay, when I got 87 score of 87 in my second mock before leaving the job, I was pretty confident, overconfident. Ki nahi kar lenge, I'll do it. But when I actually started, talking to more people, watching interviews, interviews of like same topic toppers on online, various platforms provide to that. So I saw them also, and I got to know the difficulty of it. So I said guidance is necessary. You can't. First of all, I had less time, so I needed guidance. So then I bought the package after leaving my job. I guess I did it on 2nd or 3rd. I don't know. I'll have to check my mail. So I did it on 2nd or 3rd August, but I opened it on 15th August since I had a family emergency at that time. So I was at my home during that time, and on 14th I booked a train back to Pune. I came to Pune, and on 15th I opened it for the first time. Yeah.
Okay.
So I bought the package after leaving my job, but before started studying.
Okay, so it normally happens, yeah. That's why I normally say the day you join the classes and the day you actually start to prepare, then there's always a gap. तो वो gap जितना कम हो उतना अच्छा है. But वो gap आता ही आता है. Everybody have that gap.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
we are changing away from the topic now. Root Patel is asking, can I crack if I start now? Root आप इसको देखो यार, वो बंदे ने अगस्त में चालू किया है. अगस्त में स्टार्ट करके उसे निकालिए. Obviously you need to have the brains, no doubt about this. But if you can start ASAP, तो obviously आपको benefit होगा.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So at any of the interviews, did you felt any kind of like I am you have given almost 18 IIMs का call है आपको. So which interview you feel was the सबसे घटिया या सबसे अच्छा?
Sir, CAP's interview was my worst interview, but because
from everyone, yeah, suddenly CAP people have become like IIM Ahmedabad. They think themselves to be IIM Ahmedabad. It's a roadie show. New IIM का interview have become like a roadies का show.
Probably, I guess. Yeah. Because all other interviews, I was prepared for this. Like, yes, I'll be nervous, but I have to keep calm. And interviews also they try to make you calm, so that you are in your comfort zone and you can say. But in CAP's interview, like the moment we started we started to talk, they asked me on my degrading score and why did I leave the job so early, that they would prefer a guy who is still working over me because I left the job. So that basically put me on a back foot. And at that time I got nervous. Okay. And I couldn't contemplate with them. So what I did after that was I panicked in between, and even if the questions were simple, I complicated the answer. Okay, so it was my bad. And they asked me a few questions on my curriculum, mechanical engineering curriculum, a few questions from my operation research itself, and I failed to answer them somehow. I wasn't well versed with them. I knew the topics, but I didn't know in depth about them. Okay, so I pretty much went bad. It pretty much went bad over there. But that's a learning from it. I came back. I felt bad for some time, and I worked on it. I opened my operation research book and I finished it in as soon as possible, so that next time someone asks me, I'm prepared for it. So yeah, CAP was really bad for me. Too bad for me.
Okay, let's go for the results. Then के बाद we'll see कितना bad हो कितना अच्छा हुआ.
Let's see.
So I met one guy. I met him in IIMB. That guy was asked 17 questions back to back by IIM Calcutta. He said answer no to every question, and he still converted IIM Calcutta. 17 questions back to back. He said no sir, no idea, no idea, no idea. 17 questions back to back, and he still got convert. So you never know what they're looking for. So at times आपका अच्छा जा रहा होता है.
Yes. Okay, exactly. You don't know what they're looking for.
Very good question for you from Shishti Sharma. Please बता दो CET का रिजल्ट कब आएगा? वो खुद
Even I'm waiting for it.
CET का रिजल्ट का वो भी वेट कर रहा है. CET is also waiting for the same. Never know. We कुछ नहीं बोल सकते. तब तक खाओ पियो, enjoy करो. Don't think about that right now.
Yes.
Okay, how you improved your comm skill? Last question we are taking up now. How you did you worked on your comm skills while preparing for your interviews? If yes, how?
I did. To start with, I'm pretty good in comm skills since my school. As I mentioned, I have been a part of various activities, so that helped me improve my comm skills. And even during my my teachers they helped me a lot during this. But I had a little problem of stammering earlier, not much, little, but now I don't. One major drawback in my comm skills is I speak really fast. Okay, you must have noticed during these interviews as well, few of the words they get crunched and I can't convey it properly. It is right now it is happening because I'm not prepared for it and I'm speaking my heart over here. So my mind basically throws words in my mouth and my mouth spits it out. So that is how my listener gets confused. But during interviews, seminars, or where I have to make my speech and my word, I'm well prepared beforehand. At that time, before opening my mouth, I tell my mind to stay calm, to take a deep breath and stay calm. And for this, I did a lot of practice. I used to sit in front of mirror and read loudly. I used to take up any newspaper article, any book, and I used to read loudly, so that I speak clearly. I speak good English, okay, comparatively good English, but I speak very fast. So for that, I need to lower my speed, make my mind alert that my words are important and I need to speak slow. See right now how I'm doing it right now. So that way I improved on it. It took me around 1 month to get used to this practice, and I'm still learning. I'm still trying to control my speed and make it comprehensible for my listener. So that is how I prepared, worked on my comm skills. Yeah, some of you might be gifted with good comm skills and just keep on working on it. And if you are not, then get involved with people who have good comm skills. Start talking with them. Start asking them what mistakes, what drawbacks are there in my my language, my conveyance, my communication, and work on it. It's pretty simple. Anyone can do it. You have
Okay,
example
great.
in front of you. You have housing in front of you.
Thank you. Okay, Nisarg, last question. How Cetking helped you convert the IIM call? Get the call and convert that.
It's pretty much everything. I left my job after seeing CET King's video. Uh, I mentioned it in last video. I had options of doing multiple things, but CET King made me choose MBA. I saw the video. I saw how good an MBA's life is, and basically it made me aware that how I can contribute to the MBA society. Okay, I don't know whether it exists, but yes, if there's an MBA society, how I can contribute to it. So CET King made me leave my job and made me go for MBA. After that, major part was motivation. Okay, there was a there were many phases where I lost motivation and I was like, nahi, abhi nahi ho sakta, like I can't do it. So at that time, CET King's videos motivated me, and after all the structure of the package, basically how it is, what data it gives. After every mock, I used to know, okay, yeah, this is my area where I lack. This is the area where I need to improve. This is the area which is really good, and I just need to keep it up. So CET King's mocks or the study structure is designed in such a way that you can self-assess yourself, know where the problems are, and improve on them, and ultimately get a better score and ultimately get a good college. Even for GDPI, there was 7-day session kept by sir. Yeah, and I must say my major part, 90% of my GDPI preparation was done in those 7 days curriculum. That it was too good, right? So it basically hits on the important part of it, so you don't have to wander everywhere and search for the answers. Just hit it and you have the answer, something like that. Yes.
Okay, great. Superb. So thank you very much for coming online today. So guys, if you need more session with him, so do comment so that he's also feeling motivated to come. Okay, we got one question. Okay, this is a hypothetical question. What will you choose between IIM Calcutta or TB IIMs?
मुझे एक बार किसी ने कहा था, someone told me earlier, I'll say this in Hindi, and if not, after that I'll translate it. Someone once told me, I called a guy and I told him, sir, I have this colleges, and what should I choose? That guy told me, even before converting, so that guy told me कि तू चूतिया होगा अगर तू IIM Calcutta छोड़ के JB IIMs लिया तो. And that guy was none but Rao Singh. That guy told me that you are a moron if you choose JB after getting IIM Calcutta.
Okay, I didn't use the word.
It doesn't mean JB is a bad college. It is me who used it, but no, JB is. It doesn't mean JB is a bad college. It's basically what you look for. If I'm looking for a bigger exposure, if I'm looking to network with a lot more people than I could do in JB, then I'm going for Calcutta. But there are very good reasons to choose JB as well. And I still, even after converting Calcutta, I still want to crack JB, and I still want that that one word in me that yes, you are selected for JB. So
Yeah,
JB
this is the
indeed is
thing.
a good college, but any day I would choose Calcutta.
Right. Jao na jao, naam aana chahiye. That is very important.
Yes.
Super.
Yes.
Thank you.
And one more thing. One more thing to answer. I added to this answer. While leaving the job, a friend of mine has a sister pass out from JBIMS. Okay, his sister from JBIMS. She was the first person whom I talked to, and she motivated me. She was doing internship in some company, and she had 1.5 lakh package for that 3 months internship, and that motivated me. Bhai, isko 3 months ke liye 1.5 mil raha hai. So, and she was a JBIMS pass out. She is working in Accenture, I guess, right now. And she was the first person who motivated me, a girl from JBIMS. So that's all. That's all on JB and Calcutta. Yes.
Superb. All right. So thank you, yaar. Thank you very much for coming online. And hopefully we'll have session with him twice a week. We'll try to, whenever you are free, so we will have that session. In fact, I want to start with a series that every day around 5 p.m. or 8 p.m. we can have a live session with students. So my problem is my timing. I don't get time to do these kind of sessions. So maybe, can you see the question? Can you see the chat next to you?
Yes, sir. It's,
so if tomorrow we can have a session in which I am not, I start the session, but I am not answering the question, but you can pick up the chat and you can answer the question, right? Can it work?
Yes, I can do that, sir. Just a question, chat from Zoom or from the YouTube?
Sorry?
YouTube chat box or Zoom calls chat?
Both,
Sir,
they are true. Both of them are there.
Chat
YouTube is better. We'll see that. We'll decide that later on.
Okay, sure. Yeah, it's manageable. Whether it is Zoom or whether it's YouTube's chat, it's manageable.
Okay, superb. So thank you, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.